Hi guys, this is Rosita Applebum and I'm here with a highly requested video. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about how I lost 10 pounds in 10 days with the Master Cleanse. I'm going to explain to you what the ingredients are of the Master Cleanse, my thoughts, what I went through, and some kind of like tips, some things that helped me. This cleanse has been used and has been tested and approved since 1940, and there's actually a book on the whole Master Cleanse, and that was written by Stanley Burroughs. It's a very controversial diet or cleanse, detox, people call it. People call it the lemon diet, the lemonade diet, the cayenne pepper diet, that weird lemon cayenne pepper diet, Beyonce diet. I mean, there's like hundreds of names for this. People call it starvation. This is a very controversial topic. I still went ahead and did it, and my answer to the question of whether I would do it again is yes, I would do it again. Basically what it is, it's a 10 to 40 day fast. And I call it a fast because you're not eating. Yes, I said that. You are not going to be eating. I did it for 10 days. So I didn't eat for 10 days straight. I started this last Monday and I've been really good up until today. I lost 10 pounds on this detox, and a lot of people think it's just a diet, but it's actually not a diet. The ingredients that are chosen for this are purposely chosen because they are detoxifying. So the ingredients are lemon, organic maple syrup, grade B if you can find. I have grade A because I can actually find grade B at my supermarket. Organic cayenne pepper, and you also will need either salt, like sea salt, or a laxative in a tea form. So I chose this Yogi Soothing Mint Get Regular Herbal Laxative. I'll list all the ingredients down below, but the most important thing is that you have to stick to this regimen, and it has to be all organic, like no preservatives, no chemicals. So I went to Whole Foods to buy my products, and I actually bought it as I needed it. So the first day that I went, I bought about 10 to 15 lemons, and I actually just left them out. Now I chose to not get like 40 lemons like some people get all at once because they just would taste too sour for me after a while. I don't know, the more I left them out, just like the worse it tasted to me. I actually bought a small container. It was actually too small. I actually had to go out and buy another organic maple syrup. They're both really the same thing. They're both grade A, dark amber, organic, pure organic. And so tip number one is to buy enough maple syrup because you are going to be needing a lot of the maple syrup. The cayenne pepper, you really need the tiniest amount. You're using such a little tiny amount that you don't need to go out and buy like a crazy big portion. There are 3 phases to the Master Cleanse. The first phase is where you eliminate basically all food and substitute it with like raw organic fruits and vegetables, or you can juice for about 3 to 4 days. And then is a 10-day period where you're actually detoxing your body, and then there should be another 3 to 4 days where you kind of ease back into normal food. Now, I skipped the easing in. I actually had a really busy weekend at work, so I didn't get a chance to juice or do anything like that. I just went straight like cold turkey right on Monday morning into my juicing. So the objective is to drink 6 to 12 8-ounce glasses a day of this concoction. So you first start off with some water. I just use bottled water. I got a couple questions on that. On the website, it specifically says not to use tap water and to use like fresh water, like basically filtered. So I would just use like Smart Water or Dasani. So I would fill up my cup to about 8 ounces of some water. What you do is you take an organic lemon and you fill 2 tablespoons and you just kind of squeeze it. Some people have like a machine to kind of squeeze out lemon juice, but me and my mom are just doing it by hand. So we would like squeeze 2 tablespoons of lemon. I would cut it and use the other half for later on, and just squeeze it into the tablespoon, pour it into, I would use a container. Sometimes I would use a big jar if I wanted to make it for like 2 to 3 glasses, or if I was on the go, I would basically just take like a container. I was using a Dunkin' Donuts container, which is pretty funny because people thought I was drinking coffee all day, but I was actually drinking my lemonade. And so you just take a container, you pour the water, you pour 2 tablespoons of lemon. You also pour 2 tablespoons of your maple syrup right into the cup. Aunt Jemima's is not going to cut it for this lemonade detox. You do need to use pure organic grade A or B maple syrup, and you can find that at any health store, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Food Emporium, anything like that. Even regular supermarkets carry it. You're gonna take a teaspoon and you're gonna use 1/10 of cayenne pepper. So it's a really little amount. You can up the amount of cayenne pepper if you're comfortable with that. I started off with the 1/10. Sometimes I would sprinkle a little bit more cayenne pepper if I couldn't really taste it. At first I absolutely hated this drink, and then I kind of started getting used to it because I mean, you kind of have to. Thinking about it mentally for 10 days, this is all you're gonna have. You kind of like psychologically start to love it and you start to kind of crave it, is what I found. You can do the saltwater flush in the morning, and basically, I'm about to get graphic, but this concoction is formulated to clean out like your system, like the mucus that's built up and your colon and like all of that, intestines and all that good stuff. It's basically meant to clean it out, but sometimes it'll clean you out but it doesn't push out, if you get what I'm saying. So you do need like a laxative or a saltwater flush to kind of push all of that waste out of your body. Some days I skipped the tea and I still had the effects, so I don't think it's absolutely necessary, but I do recommend doing the tea. I think if you don't do the tea, you will still go to the bathroom, but the tea kind of helps that process out. Make sure it's a very like smooth tea, nothing too harsh, no caffeine also. For these 10 days, you have to cut out everything but this mixture. And so what the lemon does is it basically cleans your body out. Not to get a little graphic, but I actually was visited by my girlfriend, time of the month, and I realized that my time of the month was a lot thinner, and I think it has to do with the lemons because lemon is a natural blood thinner. Someone explained to me at my job who did this master cleanse that the lemon will basically break up all of your mucus and all of your waste and just like toxins that you've built up for years, like all the fatty stuff. So this will break it down. Cayenne pepper will just act like as a metabolism booster, and so your metabolism is going to speed up, and then it's going to also push that out because it's so like the spices, and it's going to push everything out. And the maple syrup is your sugar for the day, and all together, if you drink 6 to 12 glasses, you are going to be getting enough calories for your day, but you do have to make sure you drink 6 to 12. My biggest mistake was not drinking enough of my lemonade. In the first few days, I was really on top of it. I really was religious about like 5 to 6 cups. But as the days went on, I just kind of started drinking more water instead, and I was kind of doing like an all-over fast because either I wasn't home to prepare my lemonade, or when I would get home, I would just be like, oh, whatever, I'm just going to sleep, I'm fine, I'm not hungry. The point is to listen to your body, and that's why I like this cleanse so much. Clearly, I lost the weight, and I will be probably putting it back on once I start eating regularly. Right now, it's just that I'm all cleaned out, like my intestines, my colon, everything's pretty much clean. So once you start eating again, you will gain the weight back. A lot of people get discouraged by the fact that you're gonna gain the weight back after you've like starved yourself, but the purpose isn't to lose weight. This is a detox. It's not Weight Watchers, it's not anything like that. Losing the weight is a side bonus. It's not to lose weight. Don't do this if you just want to lose weight. Do this because you want to mentally prepare yourself for healthy eating. Like I was just doing really bad. I was drinking a lot of coffee, a lot of iced coffee and sugary drinks and soda and pastas, and I was just eating very poorly to the point where I felt really, really bad about myself. I wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't feeling really good. I was really low in energy. So I started off with the mind like, oh, I'm going to lose some weight, and then when I get done with this, I'll go right back into the gym and I'll be really motivated. But as the days went on, I realized that I felt so much closer to my body. The point of this is to drink your lemon when you are hungry. So you're basically closing your appetite. And so some people say that if you jump right back into eating, your metabolism is going to be really slow because it's so used to just this drink. And so that's why they tell you to just kind of ease it out. The first 3 days, you just want to drink soup, like a broth, organic, eat raw, eat like vegetables, drink a lot of water. And I do really recommend that. I don't recommend jumping into like a really heavy meal because your stomach is just gonna get upset and your body's gonna go into shock mode. A lot of people say like, why are you doing that? You're starving yourself. It's not healthy. You're gonna gain more weight. Complete change for your body. Honestly, I really thank God that I did this because I really showed myself what I was capable of doing, and I was probably capable of doing a lot more. People fast all the time for spiritual reasons, and now I know why. It really brings you closer to your body, to the world. You see food differently. When you watch people eating in like abundance, you just like cringe, and it really changes your viewpoint on food and on your body. So I lost a complete 10 pounds. On Monday, I was 140, and then today I weighed in at 130. So I'm probably going to gain like half of that right back this week, but I am planning on joining the gym this week as well, just to kind of tone up before my birthday. Throughout the cleanse, you want to make sure that you stay hydrated. I found myself very dehydrated at some points, to the point where like my lips were very dry. I do get bloated during that time of the month, but despite being bloated, my face really showed the weight loss really quickly. People were noticing. I did get really pale really fast, and overall I had really high energy levels and then really low, and it really depended on if I was drinking enough of my water and my lemon. So at work, if I would drink my lemon, I would be like on an energy kick. I was very high spirited. I felt great. I felt amazing. I was happy. And then let's say like 3 hours later, I didn't drink it. I was feeling really faint. I was feeling dizzy. I just wasn't feeling good. So once you would drink that again, it would just kind of boost it up. And so people have asked me, you know, how are you doing this while you're in school and at work? And honestly, everything's mental. It's all in your mind over matter. If you tell yourself you're not going to be able to do this, you're not going to do it. I know some people kind of just give in and they just have to like fulfill their craving, but trust me, I'm a girl and I was going through my girl time, and I did not touch one chocolate or one piece of cake, nothing. And yes, I saw people eating. I went out to the movies. I did my daily dues. I mean, I went to school and I went to work. I did take off work from the first kind of like half of a week just to see how I would do, but I still was going to school in the morning. That's the number one thing, is to prepare yourself. Mentally prepare yourself for this, and don't be negative on yourself. I'm the type of person who eats like an appetizer, a meal, and a dessert. I have the appetite of like a huge person, and I'm only 5 feet, so I can eat a lot and not get full. So going into this, I was so used to eating like Chipotle and just eating fast food, and I went like cold turkey to eating nothing, absolutely nothing. People were like, just cheat a little bit or just take some soup, it's fine, like soup doesn't count, but I absolutely wanted to stick through it, and that's the way you have to do it. You can do 7 days, you can do 10, or you can do the 40 or 30, or however you feel comfortable. Listen to your body and see what it tells you. I wouldn't do it to lose weight. I know a lot of girls are going to be watching this because they want to know how I lost weight so fast. But losing the weight was just an added bonus. I mean, you're starving yourself, and I do not condone starving yourself. I do agree with this mix because it's very specific, and you do have to follow it religiously because that's the only way it'll work, and that's the only way it'll detox you. Some added bonuses were that my skin cleared up completely. I feel a lot better, like when I move around. I just feel a lot slimmer, like my arms look slimmer, my face looks slimmer, and I just feel great. My skin has been looking really great. Everybody has been noticing my skin. I don't know, they've just been telling me in person that it looks absolutely flawless, even with no makeup. I have like barely any bumps. I did have a couple because of my girly time. When you're on your time of the month, basically your body is cleaning itself out. And so I think that's a great time to do this cleanse. I know it sounds kind of crazy because you are craving so many foods and you're emotional, and I did get emotional throughout this cleanse. There was times where I was just like mentally not there. I was just like, oh my god, I hate everything, but I stuck through it. And so I think it's a good time to do it while you're on your time of the month, because you just feel like this big like release of all like your toxins and all your bad like energy, and just you feel a lot better when it's done. You will be bloated, but that's something that's gonna go away, so it's just temporary. You wanna avoid exercise, especially heavy exercise. You wanna keep it to like a light jog or a light walk. Didn't do the saltwater flush. I did the tea at night, and I drank about 6 cups with 8 ounces of liquid every single day. Morning, afternoon, night, and whenever you get hungry, just drink your juice. The 12 is the max of amount that you can take. And when I say 6 to 12, I mean like 1 equals 8 ounces of your concoction. You can add a little bit more water if you don't feel comfortable. I personally liked it when the lemons were a little bit sweeter. Would I do this again? Absolutely. I think it's good to do it about once a year to kind of clean your system out and just to kind of like refresh and restart. I have like a totally new outlook on portion control and just wanting to do better and wanting to treat my body right. You cannot substitute the maple syrup for honey. I know a lot of people ask that. If you do cheat, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just start over the next day. Honestly, to tell myself that I haven't eaten in 10 days is just an amazing accomplishment to me. And none of my friends have done this. I'm pretty much like the first person to kind of like introduce this. And I feel great about that. Like, I feel good about enlightening people of cleaning out your body and detoxing and just doing like a spiritual healing. And I know that can sound cheesy. I'm not the most religious like person, but I do have my faith and I do believe in God, and I do believe that this all took like my strength, and it also took God telling me that I was able to do this, because I honestly felt so sick. I was like, the first 3 days were the hardest. The first 3 days are gonna be hard because you're going through caffeine withdrawals, you're going through food withdrawals, and you just miss the like action of chewing. But after that, it gets so easy. Like, you forget about food. Like tomorrow, I'm probably gonna just forget that I have to eat, but I will be eating. But I just, like, what I'm saying is you get so used to it, and you get so used to the lemon that you start craving it. Your body wants to drink it because you just get used to it. It's a pattern. And I think like after the 3rd day, you build kind of like a habit. I know it takes, I think, 21 days to build a habit, but I think in this cleanse, 3 days is really like the hardest time to get through. And sometimes like on the 8th day, you're gonna feel really hungry. And honestly, what I would tell you is to get a support system. Now, there were times where I literally had nobody to talk to. I was like on a break, and I just would sit there and I would just be like, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I want coffee, I have a test. I'm in college, so I'm in my junior year, and it gets pretty tough junior year, but I was like, you know what, I gotta get through this. My friends were there for me, and also Missy put her YouTube down below. She's done this, so go check out her video on it as well. She's the one that really kick-started me doing this. It was overall my decision because it's not something that she forced me to do, but we were doing it together, and we would text each other randomly like how we were doing or how much weight we've lost. And she would be really great. She'd support me and say, yeah, you go girl, and you got this, and we got this. So I want to thank her because she really did give me like boosts of confidence throughout the day, like randomly, which really helped to just like check my phone and see someone's there for me and telling me that, you know, I can do this, that there's only this many days left, and just to drink my lemon. So that's that. Just tell the people around you, because you're going to be very fragile. You're going to be very sensitive for a while. You're not going to want people to eat around you. Even though people ate around me, I was fine with it. People actually like ate literally right in front of me, and I was okay because it's for a reason, and I'm the type of person that if I start something, I want to do it. So the temptation wasn't that bad for me. Like, I literally was in a bakery full of like French pastries, and I didn't touch one thing. So I think it's just all about mental strength, and this really gave me a lot more mental strength, and it made me realize how strong I really am. A lot of people told me, I don't know how you did that, I would never be able to do that, and those words really kill me, because you are capable of doing anything that you want to, and our bodies can survive on this. So don't say you can't do it, say you don't want to do it, but saying that you can't is just like nonsense to me, because people have done this for about 40 days and they're fine, they're living. You can search up Master Cleanse 40 day and they're doing just fine. The key is to stay consistent afterwards so that you don't gain more weight than what you started with. You're not just gonna go pig out, although I did have really specific cravings during this cleanse. My coworker told me that the certain foods that you crave during the cleanse are your body letting those out of your system. So like on one day I was craving pizza like crazy, like very specific pepperoni slice from a specific place even, and I was just like, oh, I really want a pizza. And to his theory, it's basically my body letting go of all the pizza that I've been eating over the years accumulating. Not sure how true that is, but it's a pretty cool concept if you think about it, because I was craving very specific foods that I've always lean on, that I always go back to. Steak tacos, pizza, I was craving Chipotle, I was craving sushi. So I was very very specific cravings at very specific times. I will probably be putting up a before and after picture on Instagram. I'm not sure yet, but probably just to show you guys the difference. I feel amazing. I feel great. I feel clean. I feel refreshed. I feel like a new person, and I can't wait to start working out and really like get on the ball with this health stuff. So if you have any other questions that I didn't answer in this video or that you're unsure about, feel free to write a comment down below or write me on Instagram. My Instagram is @RositaApplebaum. I made it to 25,000, so my next video is actually going to be a contest and a new meet and greet that I'm trying to plan and set up. If you guys are wondering, my necklace is from Forever 21. My dress is basically like a long bodycon dress. I think it's called like a midi dress, and this is from Topshop. On my lips, I have two Wet n Wild colors. I have Just Peachy and Bare It All over top. My makeup is fairly simple. I use the L'Oreal I'm Worth It palette. On my cheeks, I'm wearing Bobbi Brown Pale Pink with a little bit of Rihanna Diamonds as a highlight. And that is all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.